So my like-hate relationship with Infinite Warfare continues. I figured out the best way to play the game to be successful, at least for myself. In a lot of other Call of Duty games, rushing is acceptable, and you can sprint around the map and not have to worry about dying every 2 seconds. But in Infinite Warfare, as well as games like Ghosts, the best method for success is to kind of play a little more reserved, like hold back a little bit. Don't go rushing around 24/7 like a chicken with your head cut off. There's just too much going on, and the maps in this game and in Ghosts are both set up just bad enough to where if you don't keep an eye on the minimap at all times, figure out where the spawn locations are, and try to keep an eye out for where enemy movement would be, you're just going to die a lot. And in this game, even more so than Ghosts, you have to also be mindful of what rigs people are using and abilities they have, and it just equals a cluster mess if you don't focus on the map layouts and where the enemies are. So, in the past few weeks I've been playing the game more, and with all these things in mind, I've actually been enjoying the game more than I used to. Because yes, the maps are pretty terrible, but at the same time, playing more reserved like I've been, it just makes everything more enjoyable. I kill more people, I die less, I'm able to get more streaks, and I've also realized that this method is also the best path to a De-Atomizer Strike. And again, nukes and De-Atomizers, whatever you want to call it for the specific game, I don't typically go after those things per se, but in this game I wanted to try and see if I could even do it, and the fact that now I'm able to stay alive longer, I think it's actually possible. I know in this match I ended up going 12 kills off of the De-Atomizer, which wasn't too bad, and then the next match I went 8 kills, and then in the last match, which was the most unfortunate, I go 6 kills off. And of all the ways to die, it was an intro clip where, much like this death that happens right here, I died to a specialist ability, or I guess you'd call it a rig or a trait, or I don't know exactly what you want to call it, but in this instance right here, I didn't even see where that guy had rewound to. He just vanished on my screen, and then obviously before I realized what could have happened, he was shooting me from the wall. In that last match though, it was a guy using a shotgun and a trait or ability, whatever, that allows you to like move forward in time like 3 or 4 feet, so like it boosts you forward real quick. And he was in my peripheral, and I didn't notice him until like the last second, and at that point he activated his ability and was right in my face, and there wasn't shit I could do about it. And it stuck too, because you'll see in that match there were several moments where I escaped certain death, and all things considered, I was like, okay, this is fate. Because there's no way I should have survived this incident or that incident. I jumped over a wall on accident and was able to wall run to safety. There were some moments where there was multiple people trying to engage me, and I was able to get away from them. And I don't know, it just felt like that match and that map, it was perfect to get a De-Atomizer, and it didn't happen. But all things considered, the fact that I went 12 off, then 8 off, then 6 off, I know I can get one, especially with this playstyle now. But of course, even with all these things considered, Infinite Warfare, to me, I think the best example of what this game is like, or what you could compare it to in regular everyday life, would be one of those bad relationships that you get in that, there's things that you share in common with this other person, like sense of humor or, general interests. Then maybe there's something about them that's kind of a deal breaker, like, I don't know, maybe
she worships Satan in her free time with her friends.
Something like that. That's kind of how I feel with Infinite Warfare. I mean, the maps, obviously, I've bitched about enough. There's probably 3 or 4 of them that I don't really mind playing. But the laser weapons just kill me. They really do, literally and figuratively. In the game. The ballistic weapons I like. There's a couple of assault rifles, there's a couple of SMGs, but it seems like the game is really laser heavy. And that was one of the main things that I hated about Advanced Warfare, was the freaking EM1 and all the laser weapons. It just, I don't know, it makes the game just feel way different than what it should. And I don't know if people saw the reveal trailer for Infinite Warfare's new supply drop editions, but on top of hundreds of random regular crap that they put in the supply drops, they've also added supply drop only weapons like an ERAD variant that essentially turns it into the Steel Dragon specialist weapon, where it shoots a solid beam laser. So, you know, I couldn't tell from the preview. It looked like it actually acts like a Steel Dragon and kind of heat seeks targets, which is even more bullshit. But even if it was a solid beam, it's just going to be another EM1, which sucks. So, you know, also the connections. When I started playing the game again a couple weeks ago, a week or two ago, it seemed like maybe the connections were better because I had some really good matches. Like, oh yeah, there's not any lag or anything, and that changed pretty quick. It's really apparent when people are hosting. You know, it's laggy as crap, and then you look and see who the players are and what their connections are, and you'll see one or two people that are extremely laggy or have really bad ping issues, and like, yeah, well, I wonder who the host is. And it's also really relevant, or really easy to see. You look at the leaderboard, the lobby leaderboard before a match or whatever, and there's all these players in here with like 0.2, 0.4, 0.5, 0.8 KDs, but they just continuously demolish you over and over and over. Like they win every freaking gunfight. And it makes no sense because on your end, it looks like you should have won the gunfight. I got into a match the other day when I was playing, and it was a match in progress, and there was a kid in there that already had like a 4 or 5 KD, and he was just destroying me. Every time I saw him, I was just instantly dead. And so I was like, well, damn, this guy must be a beast. You know, let me see what his stats are after the match. After the match was over, the kid had like a 0.4 kill-death ratio overall. I was like, okay. And then every match after that, he was, you know, on my team or on the enemy team, he was getting destroyed. So, best I can figure is maybe he was hosting that match. But again, the lag, the connection issues, the supply drop crap, the laser weapons, you know, it's really sad that this game already, just a couple months after its release, dude, they already have more crap in the supply drops than Black Ops 3 does. I mean, I don't know that for a fact, but it seems that way, especially since they literally just added hundreds of more common items. I think maybe Activision is trying to make up for a lack of sales by adding more crap in the game to get people to spend more money on supply drops instead of the game itself. And I don't know, I just think in the future, if they don't change their business tactics, it's going to screw them in the end, because nobody's going to be buying the game to spend money on the supply drop crap. So I don't know. Anyway, just wanted to let everyone know that I was trying to get a De-Atomizer Strike, and I wouldn't be surprised if I had a gameplay of one in the next couple weeks. But anyway, thanks for stopping by, and if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Peace.